Hello everyone, welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. Today we are going to be showcasing the last of the semi-finals matches for the Ocarina of Time Lockout Bingo Tournament. We have passed through the Swiss rounds, the top 16, top 8, or was that quarterfinals? Quarterfinals, now we're on semi-finals, and we've already had one of our two semi-finals matches, and that was Nale and Tob. The winner has been Tob, so we are waiting to see if Exodus and juwk today will be battling to take that last finals position. So I'll hand it over to our two commentators, our co-tournament organizer, Runner Guy, and Link 11. Take it away, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
But yeah, this is the second to last match, basically. Like Shiro said, winner faces Tob. I'm really looking forward to this one. I think these two players are, obviously both really, really good bingo players. Evenly skilled. It could really come down to one critical moment in the race to determine the winner here.
Yeah, should be pretty exciting.
It looks like they're both live at this point. I don't know that either player has shown throughout this tournament to have a super preference over any particular squares or style of play. Obviously, Tob seems like he always enjoys the long child section. I don't know that either of these guys has done, a ton of child section stuff. It seems like juwk, maybe in particular, would go for the adult RBA route. But it really could just depend on the card, I think, for either of them, what they ultimately decide to do.
Yeah, I think it's pretty likely they'll go adults pretty early. But it depends on the card, obviously.
Yeah, it seems like, the tournament winding down here, we've seen a decent amount of different, play styles and players. Some matches, it seems like both players back and forth right on each other's tail, going for similar types of squares. Sometimes both players will just kind of go off and do their own thing and not really have any resistance or snipes or anything. This one definitely feels like there could be some snipes or where they're both kind of thinking along the same line. So I'll be curious, watching for those types of moments where one player might just beat out another player on an item, and then how do they both kind of adjust from there as we get into it.
Yeah, looks like they're both ready. So...
Looks like they are both set up now. And away we go.
Yep. So on this card, see map and compass and Deku. One of them could rush that one. There's not a whole lot you can really rush as child, I think. Aside from that.
Yeah, you've got the map, compass, Deku. Epona song seems like it has been, at least throughout the tournament, more bait than anything. It's not really a good one to spend time as child getting. And then, yeah, beyond that, maybe someone picks up the Azora HP as a child, but I don't know about that either. You could do things like 5 hearts, 5 GTG keys, but yeah, even map compass DC, those types of squares. But I don't think I see either player really spending a lot of time as child in this one.
Yeah, this might be straight adult. Although you could do Deku Tree, Wrong Warp into Ganondorf, or for Ganon Boss Key.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad move, especially if you think you're kind of unopposed to that type of thing, or if you feel like maybe you're slightly slow. I don't know that either the player feels like they have a big advantage. Like if I was playing against juwk, I'd say, well, juwk's going to beat me to the straight RBA adult, so maybe I try and pick up something like Deku and Ganon Boss Key. But I think these players are probably both, feeling like they are similarly technical in terms of being able to move around the board. So we'll see how they kind of play it. But yeah, I would expect maybe one player to go for map compass. Maybe they both just go straight adult and say, well, I can get that later, or if that's available, get it some other time. But even looking at the early adult, it's like you have things like Goron Tunic. There's things like that you can kind of counter. If you just go straight adult and your opponent got map compass Deku, it's like, oh, well, no big deal. I can definitely pick up something like a Goron Tunic now for sure.
Yeah, Moose, it's like map and compass and Deku into Ganon BK and 5 hearts.
Yeah, that's certainly reasonable. It wouldn't shock me to see that type of move.
Yeah, it's just a question of whether it's worth doing that over like getting a head start on adult RBA stuff.
Right. And we do see a couple I mean, there's the elemental arrows, of course, on the board. Wind Bomb to Bowling, that one's pretty ugly. The 6 gold rubies is always ugly. There could be some, with Beat Forest in the upper left there definitely could be some back in time play at some point as well. Because there is enough, I think, that especially if they skip these child ones, things like Hylie Skull's 5 Zora Skull, or 5 Zora HPs. At some point, we'll see if either has kind of the back in time advantage.
Yeah, so juwk's just getting a stick. Meanwhile, Exo's getting sword, so Exo could be going for Deku Tree. Whereas I think juwk's just going adult.
Yeah, this pretty much confirms juwk is not going. Well, I mean, he's not straight going to Deku Tree. Like we talked about, the Deku Wrong Warp requires a bottle. It's still possible he might think about that if Map and Compass is still available. Exo might just say, I'm going to get Sword Shield, go Map Compass, get that done, and then just, do something else.
Yeah. I don't think juwk is really going to consider the Wrong Warp just because he'd have to still go get the sword.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's just looking to go straight adult here.
Yeah, maybe he can get his Zora HP, but that's probably about it.
I would certainly consider that if you're going to go straight adult, maybe you go for Zora HP and maybe the Rudo letter. I don't know if it's worth it at that point. It might be.
Okay, so Exo is doing Aqua Escape, so I guess it's he could be planning on the Wrong Warp.
People talked about Exodus maybe being more comfortable with the sword. That's kind of his go-to route. He has done just the stick before, but in a lockout like this, maybe you just kind of, do what you're comfortable with and get the sword, just in case you kind of think of a route or think of something along the way. Because that's happened to me a couple of times where I just get a stick, or if I'm on trying to do bottom of the well choose with stick and nuts or something, and then I see something that's available, it's like, oh man, I need the sword for that. It kind of can mess up the route. Whereas it doesn't take that long to get the sword.
Right. Oh, looks like I so Is there Hylia's going to yeah. Yeah, he might be going for both of those goals.
Yeah, he might just try and it's not going to put him so far behind in the adult section. He's still going to get a bottle here, but then he also basically gets to pick up, these two squares, possibly Zora's HPs and Lake Hylia without needing a back in time section. If you come and do it this way, the time of day works out really, really nice.
Oh, so climbing the ledge.
That seemed a little closer than it needed to be.
Yeah, I thought he failed it for a second. Yeah, I gotta go Sora HP and with Hylia skulls. So he's gonna get a silver scale, get Rudo's letter, and turn it in for a bottle, and pick up the art piece here, as well as the 3 skull shells and Hylia.
Yeah, it makes sense. Juwk almost done getting his bottle here. And then, he'll have to decide kind of just how far with the adult RBA to go. Looking at some of the Zelda squares, obviously 10 songs here is on the board. It is nice to have a lot of the warp songs to move around. 5 shadow skulls, the elemental arrows, Nehru's love. So there's a decent amount of Zelda-oriented squares.
And there's like 4, but I mean, elemental arrows and 10 songs is always awkward.
Yeah, that's always a little bit tricky to pull them both off.
There is a Twin Rova square, so you could do legit lax potentially. So yeah, basically it's like 3 ZL squares. Or
Yeah.
trade squares at least.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a tough call. I feel like with 3 I'd be tempted not necessarily to do it. Especially if I think, there's some other medium-ish squares that I could go pull off instead.
Yeah. You can always delay trade quests too. Just
Right.
focus on other things first and come back to it. Juwk failing dot skip.
Still about a 10-minute Master Sword.
Yeah, he's gonna have some time as adults. I mean, I would expect him to try and rush goal into maybe 500 rupees pretty quick.
Yeah, the Goron,
Well, you need 10 skulls, I guess.
he would need 10 skulls. Map Compass DC, I think he'd go for that too.
Right, yeah.
If he doesn't see anything marked, I think he might rush the Goron Tunic first. I don't know. Over the Map Compass. I guess they're both roughly similar. But I think he's going to have to, because Exodus is working on goals, but he's not going to... Well, I mean, Exodus could still, I guess, do Map Compass Tunic. I just doubt it, though, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he could save Warp out of the Kylie and go to Deku.
Yeah, we'll see what he does here, and then we can kind of talk about... Because from juwk's perspective, if nothing is marked, he has to be fearful that he's, that Exodus did a very similar route.
Yeah, I actually kind of like the Deku Wrong Warp play from Exodus if he goes for it, because like you know that like juwk didn't rush Deku
right
at this point, so you can take like all those goals.
Yeah, Map Compass, you get the boss key. You know you have basically Zora's and Hylia a big advantage on those. And you're giving up what? The maybe 5 hearts? Yeah, you might still beat 5 hearts if you really work that in. But you'd give up things like Goron Tunic, probably Map Compass DC. But you're giving those up anyway. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Exodus can never get those at this point. Exodus just needs bugs, and then the soil patch near the lab, and then he'll have all 3 of the child ones.
Right, and then we'll see where he goes from there.
Yeah. What his ultimate child plan is here.
Like, I could see a pretty long child. Like, you could... Because you could do Ganondorf, and get the boss key, and you could, like, you could even get ZL, Epona's, like, get magic, and go head out to Spirit.
Out Spirit, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do it, it's pretty long to do Child Spirit. I don't know if there's enough here, but you could, in theory, get, like you said, Child Zelda magic, get the GTG keys if they're still sitting there as a kid, head out to Nair's Love. And then just say, I'm not interested in a ton of, adult RBA stuff.
He's save warping, so I think he's doing Deku.
Okay. He's going for it. This will be interesting if he decides to mark it, because we didn't talk about it yet, but in Lockout, you can have a square and decide not to click it. If he just assumes at this point juwk went adult, there's really no reason to reveal that he is still a child.
Yeah, I mean, if juwk doesn't mark anything, like, it's kind of hard to make that assumption. Like, technically, it's not likely that he's doing the exact same thing as you are, but
yeah, that's always the fear.
you know?
Yeah, it's entirely possible that juwk had done exactly the same thing. Rudo's letter, the skulls. And at that point, you would hate to be the first one to that square and then lose it.
Yeah.
So, $2 saying Exodus has not really done many mind games like that so far.
I think he's done like a few, like when he's absolutely sure that there's no way his opponent could have done something. He'll hold it for a few minutes, but that's about it.
Right, juwk getting the egg, starting the RBA setup. He's got 11 squares on his board, on his stream, starred.
Yeah.
And a couple of them, he's got Map Compass Deku, he's got Ganon's Boss Key.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to get those.
Yeah, there's things that he's going to lose out on here, most likely. Exodus calling for the slingshot temporarily.
Oh, he got lost. So he hasn't marked Map and Compass yet.
Yeah, no mark.
Interesting. I guess he's assuming Chiglin adults, which...
Yeah.
It's a fair assumption.
Yeah, I mean, percentage, it's one of those things you kind of have to just weigh in your head. What are the odds that you did the exact same thing here as child? I mean, obviously we have the advantage of being able to see it, but even if I couldn't see it, if you just had told me what this situation was, I would probably say like 90% or more that juwk's already an adult.
Yeah, I think Exo kind of knows juwk is pretty likely to go adult on this kind of board, so...
Exo damaging down here.
Yeah, he's gonna double KO.
Goes for black gauntlets. He can't get green now, right?
Yeah, well, once he turns in...
Once he turns it in, yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, you can't get green regardless, I think, because... Well, I don't know. Well, if you...
Drop. Maybe.
Yeah, if you drop, maybe you can still get brace.
Yeah,
I don't know.
now well, once he gets Kujiro here, then it's definitely over.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting if... Oh, Exodus. 2-cycle coma.
Yeah. Luckily he has a lot of decadence, so it's fun.
Yeah, it will be interesting how much Exodus does here. as child because he could potentially just not RBA.
Right. Like, he could do Child CL.
Yeah.
Eventually. Or, I mean, even if he goes adult, like, he doesn't have to go all the way to Kujiro. Because they'll have bomb shoes.
Yeah, and if he wants to, he can just skip over the chicken as well.
Right.
Juke wanted it for, I guess, he didn't have to do it either, other than maybe the 500 rupees.
Yeah, I mean, he wants bombs. Like, he could have RBA Pocket Coco and gotten Map Encompass in DC with Strength.
Yeah. But I mean, for the Green Gauntlet availability. Oh, yeah, you're right. Kujiro deletes Strength. Does that matter in this one? Could you still go get Bracelet?
Well, I mean, once you trade to Kujiro, it doesn't matter, though, right? Because you can't get the Pocket Coco back.
Right, yeah, okay. I knew I wasn't thinking about it right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Maybe it's silver or gold gauntlets, then get mushroom to delete Strength. And then get Pocket Coco after, I guess. I mean, that's... I don't know how you would do that. Do all that without explosives. Sure, I guess it's possible.
Yeah, there are... I feel like it's one of those things. There are a lot of really goofy ways you could still make it work, but it's just so impractical on a lot of boards that it just kind of never comes up.
Well, Todd, you need Pocket Coco to get Green Gauntlets.
You'd have to do like Mushroom first.
Yeah.
As child, and then... yeah. The square was Goron Bracelet. They're often thought of as being very similar, Goron Bracelet and Green Gauntlets. But I guess if the square itself was Goron Bracelet, then that would work.
Billion-year-old Tokyo Go setup.
Hey, whatever works. So yeah, Exodus getting the wrong work here. He's at 4 hearts. He's gonna have 2 squares.
Yeah,
Does he go for 5 hearts? I feel like he probably has to think that's a contentious square.
Yeah, I would expect 5 hearts, personally. If I feel like he's probably gonna mark Gamma BK, right? And I feel like that's a risky one to hold.
Yeah, he probably knows very well, you know, what if Juke went straight adult, like where he's at, and has to think about when Juke could get. I mean, Juke would need shoes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I guess it's one of those things, like, it's not something that would make sense for Juke to be doing, like...
Yeah, this over, like, Goron tunic.
Getting shoes and rushing and everything. But...
Yeah, Juke taking the time to get a skull here. He'll probably be wanting 500 rubies at some point.
Yeah. He's... going this way.
He still has a bottle. And he has 10 songs start. I'm gonna assume he's gonna do the rest of this.
Okay, yeah, he was going to Kojiri Forest. Confused why he crossed the bridge instead of just voicing.
Yeah, the skull kind of, I mean, it's not that far out of the way, but you kind of put him in an awkward spot there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh wow, Exit is doing the push over the nice G hover off the beam. I don't like.
Oh, this is like a beta quest strat.
Yeah, it is very much a beta quest strat.
Oh yeah, Juke's coming from Map and Compass.
Juke is
Right
going
now.
straight from Map Compass. Yeah, Exodus has to be careful.
Yeah.
See if he gets distracted here with this setup. Because he's got to start thinking, yeah, Juke could have bombs and do it. This is why I do not like this setup.
Definitely surprising he's held it for this long.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a stupid. Like, you can be in the exact same position, and I think it's one of those ones where your roll matters.
Oh, did he just give up? Damn. No bomb shoes for exit.
Oh wow. Oh, that's critical.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt him, I think.
Is he still doing Zelda here, or is he just going adult now? Yeah, it looks like he's just going adult.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh man, he's got to mark. At least mark the squares he's got.
And Juke's really close.
Yeah.
This could be very, very rough for EXO.
Yeah, this whole little sequence is tough for Exodus. Not getting the choose there. Losing this square. I mean, Juke's right there.
Yeah, EXO's going for a Pona song. Okay, well, Juke marked it.
Yeah, Juke marks it.
EXO's
Death Warp.
gotta be really happy right now.
Yeah, I'm sure Exodus is really happy. Damn.
Yeah.
It's the egg.
I mean, this puts him in a really rough spot because now he not only did he lose the goal, but he doesn't have bomb shoes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just feel like you'd almost have to spend some more time getting those choose. It just seems too valuable and too many routing options to not get those there. Because now you have to do adult RBA too.
Yeah, like he's gonna have to get Kojiro pretty much unless he does like
the Map Compass DC move, like with the chicken. He could.
Yeah.
But that's probably gonna be gone.
Yeah, I think Juke's gonna get that before he has the chance. Yeah, he's not even getting hearts. He's just going adult, so Juke could definitely get 5 hearts now. Like, the one advantage EXO has here is Hylia Skulls and Zora HPs, but
right.
Other than that, he's basically behind on everything else.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's tough to kind of, at least he has the adult cutscene here to kind of mentally reset. Because you could see in the market, he was like, back and forth, what should I do? Where am I going now? He got the egg, but didn't get Eponas. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, I guess he wants to try and bait Juke into the boss key as well. But I mean, he's gonna mark boss key soon if he thinks that Juke's gonna wrong warp, right?
He put in the Lockout tourney chat. Can I just forfeit? LOL, don't want to play anymore.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's up to him. But yeah, I mean, it's such a rough start, and you know Juke is a good player that it's tough to come back from.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a tough situation.
Yeah, I mean, if he really feels he can't make a play at a win here. I can type up something. I mean, I'm not going to hold him to, finishing a match he hates doing. Okay, he says he's done. Damn.
Rip.
All right. Well, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, don't really know what to say about that.
It is one of like why so many players in this tournament have opted for like maybe one square as a child, maybe just go straight adult. It can be really tough to put together a solid child section. And yeah, as soon as it goes sideways, like it took all of 30 seconds, missing the choose there and then sniping the Deku map compass. It's just like, instantly at that point, you're so far behind. Because like I didn't mind any of his play other than that. Like he gets the choose, he marks both of those squares. He's set up for
Yeah.
Sora's and Lake Hylia. Like it's a good start.
Yeah, I think he was in a good position if he had just marked map and compass and then also got the bomb shoes. Yeah, I don't know if juwk's reading Discord.
I can maybe message him. Yeah, I could. I mean, juwk should realize at some point if he's getting like 8 or 9 squares, like where's Exodus? He might recognize. I don't know if Shira walked away thinking that she would not be needed.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
Did juwk realize?
I don't know if he knows yet.
Okay.
Can ping him.
Yeah, I mean, if juwk wants to play out, I don't see any reason why we can't at least still showcase bingo. We don't get to have a lot of vanilla Ocarina of Time on ZSR. And juwk can maybe go wild and crazy and have some fun.
All right, let's let juwk take the stage here.
Yeah. We'll see when he responds. If he doesn't want to continue, that's perfectly fine. We will raid one of the other ZSRs that just started. We have, I think, a Cross Keys match and a Season 5 match that are about to start.
Okay, sounds good. Did you message him or ping him, or do you want me to?
You can reach out to him. I'm gonna say in the bingo sync room if he wants to continue, we can. If not, perfectly up to him.
Exodus quit because he got sniped on a square that he was like holding it. Like even though he had the square, he was choosing not to mark it. And then juwk got the square before he could mark it, and then Exodus also just kept failing trick over and over to get bomb shoes. So he just got really tilted.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Lockout is that when you get sniped on a square, and if it happens super early on, like it did now in the first 30 minutes, it kind of sets you up badly in a mental way to complete the whole entire bingo. I think they're off the top of my head, I was another forfeit that when something got sniped, I'm like, I can't do this anymore mentally and just forfeit. I think this happened to 2 other people also throughout Swiss rounds. This is a very mentally taxing type of format. So completely understandable and respect to EXO.
Yeah, it's not like they were both adult and going for Map Compass DC, that type of snipe where it's just like, oh, your opponent's 30 seconds ahead, now you can go get like Goron Tunic or something. It's one of those ones where like Exodus was putting all of his weight behind holding those squares and still being child. It just really, really screws you if you don't end up getting it.
Yeah, looks like juwk finally saw that EXO quit, so that's gonna be it from him. Oh, or maybe he's gonna keep going.
Yeah, he said I could do that, yeah. So I think he's going to keep playing.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
I'm just going to message him and say he can show, like, if he wants to goof around and, like, get the squares in some stylish way, do some weird tricks or whatever, like, whatever. It's up to him,
All right.
Final practice, yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Definitely make it a practice session. Well, I'm going to go back to muting. I am here. I haven't disappeared.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess now juwk can try to route things more optimally rather than trying and like getting goals as quickly as possible.
It is something that Lockout, this mode, has kind of, you almost have to make inefficient plays. You're making plays that aren't efficient, but it's better to focus on the squares themselves. Whereas now, yeah, you're right. It'll be interesting if he decides to make it more efficient, like you would expect in a normal-ish type of bingo.
Yeah, like 13 square or TA or something.
Yeah. And just as an example of something that I mean, so that chat understands, something like 3 shields, 3 boots. It's like if you go and get hover boots and iron boots, you really, really want to go out and get that mirror shield because you're already so invested in that square, even if you're out in spirit and you don't have like Zelda or Magic yet for Nehru's Love. So like you could end up walking right by Nehru's Love to get that mirror shield. And then maybe in this mode, you get Requiem so you can come back. Whereas in a normal bingo, or how juwk might be playing it now, you could kind of route all of those things knowing nothing's going to be sniped or taken from you. So you could end up making your whole route more efficient. Obviously in this, I mean, there's a lot of things like 10 songs, Requiem, you kind of would want it anyway, but that's just kind of an example of possibly needing to make 2 spirit trips or 2 ice trips or 2, trips to a place rather than being able to kind of clear things out all at once.
Yep, so juwk can get Bolero here with the timer, using the timer to die as he backflips into the cutscene. And he's probably gonna get Magic.
It looks like he's thinking about what squares now.
Yeah.
Now worth it.
It's completely understandable, EXO. It was very, very rough.
Yeah, GG EXO. We were talking, I mean, your routing idea, I think could have been totally fine. A decent child section there. You were set up for the Zoras and like Hylia stuff. And then it's so much critical on getting the squares that you marked in that case. And when that didn't happen, it's just like, man, it's so tough to know that juwk's adult and you have to watch the whole cutscene. But yeah, this mode is typically a lockout mode, so your plays can kind of affect your opponent, because once you get a square, I mean, the opponent can still get that square, but they can't mark it. So it's not kind of just a 1v1 race. It is actually a competitive offense, defense, almost type of format, which makes it very it's very compelling in the sense that you can alter your opponent's path or make them do something they might not want, but it can also be really stressful in trying to determine where they might be. And there are situations where you just can get so far behind really quick.
No, the competitors don't, or they're not allowed to watch their opponent. So they kind of have to guess and make assumptions based on the squares that they mark.
Yeah, there's a big element of the unknown for the players themselves. Like, obviously, when we're watching and we can commentate and see, we know what paths become good and what paths become bad, but it's really tough in the moment to kind of make all of those choices.
Alright, juwk doing the ledge clip enter shadow. Imagine not doing bomb push.
Imagine not doing bomb push with 20 bombs.
Yeah.
I mean, this is basically juwk's propaganda now. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So the finals is going to end up being juwk and Tob. Very different playstyles for those two. Juwk almost always opting to go for the early adult route. Tob getting the child cleanup for basically as long as he can.
Yeah, I mean, Tob consistently has been punishing people for going adult too early. So.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what the board looks like.
Yeah, I think juwk is probably gonna make some child plays in that match.
Yeah, it's the type of thing we were just talking about, how your opponent's play style affects what you do. If there's a ton of child squares on the board and juwk just goes straight adult, he's definitely going to get punished. He has to make some play at something. But if it's a board like this, I don't know. There was maybe enough child stuff here.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
not overwhelming.
Well, like what EXO was doing, until like if he got Child ZL,
right,
Epaunas, like went out to Spirit, got Neighbors, 5 keys, 5 hearts.
Mm-hmm.
There's a decent amount of stuff you could do as child. It's not as much as some other boards.
Yeah, it could definitely come down to the board, I think, and how they'll both decide to play it.
Yeah, That'll also be a best of 3, right?
I'm debating if that's the default. I wanted that to be a best of 3, but these are a bit long sometimes. You know, that if it takes near 2.5, 3 hours, if they both just want it to be a one and done, I'm fine with that. If they both are at odds, like one person wants it to be best of 3, one wants it to be just one, then we'll just stick with the best of 3. But I don't want this to drag out too much longer.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it could be interesting in a best of 3 because you could see like the different variety of boards that are
Yeah,
possible.
it's not like one board or one match just kind of, screws you over for the
Right.
final. So whatever they want to do.
Okay. Juke. I guess he's just gonna do Shadow Skulls now, which, it's one of those things like if EXO was still playing, then I don't think he would be going for this
Yeah,
early. But
yeah, he'd want maybe the hover boots, and maybe he does bongo, to try and still get those hearts. But the way it's playing out, this is the type of thing where he can kind of dictate fully where and what to go for.
right.
Yeah, and I want to say too, it was a really good play. It ended up, being a good play by Juke to go for that map and compass in Deku because he could have absolutely just been like, I'll wait, I'll put that off. I can do the RBA. I'll get hover boots first. He kind of made it a priority to get it. I don't know what his thought process necessarily was. If he thought maybe Exodus has it, I don't know that he would think that, but he kind of did go for it when it didn't make the most sense, but
Yeah,
it
I
ended
mean,
up paying off.
maybe it's one of those things where he maybe thought EXO was also adult and could also be going for it.
Hmm.
So figured it was worth trying.
Yeah, and it's
Uh,
it's pretty quick. It's not like it's not like it would have cost him a lot of time out of his adult RBA. It would have put him behind on maybe like songs if Exodus or something was doing that too. But does Duke have 13 or I guess 11 things starred on his board now? Or has he not fully decided yet? Maybe.
um,
I can't see behind the timer.
yeah,
I
me
mean,
neither.
is his
Well,
whole stream layout on the ZSR now? Okay, so chat can see the bingo card he's got up now too.
assuming he has the Shadow Skulls starred,
Yeah, he has that one.
then he has 9 things starred.
Okay, so
Or,
maybe he hasn't fully decided. Also kind of neat, we didn't talk about it because you guys usually don't see it, but Xwill and Exodus made a modified script to alter the 5x5 bingo board because obviously rows and columns and things don't matter. So there was one that was like this vertical one that kind of just puts it in a 3x8 and then one down below, and then you can have the scores. So it's a little bit nicer for a stream layout. This was one a lot of the people in the Swiss round was using. Kind of, I mean, this is going to sound mean, but I kind of want to see juwk fail a couple things. I mean, he's going to win, but I want to see him fail in mold anyway. But yeah, I don't know what he'll ultimately decide to do. If he tries to do some things like that he normally wouldn't, or if he wants to try and practice something or do a trick, or if he just kind of runs it as he would, you know, for square efficiency.
Yeah, I mean, based on what he has marked, it seems like a pretty normal route.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna try and finish as quickly as he can.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see ultimately what his time is here. Because we've had some best times around like an hour and 40, an hour and 50-ish.
Yeah, I think best was like 130 something, like 137 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, juwk has like free reign over the board here, so could see a better time potentially.
Yeah, it's both that and just the knowledge of knowing that, you know,
Yeah.
whereas even the 137 or 140, it's like you still had to kind of play it like some squares might be contested.
Right. So I guess he's going to Spirit now.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Gonna get Nehru's Love, Requiem, probably a Spirit Key,
The GTG keys.
right? Yeah, actually, not a lot of Spirit on this board. Which is
Yeah, some
surprising.
have been overwhelmingly spirit, but this one didn't have all that much.
There's also Defeat Twinrova.
Yeah,
I don't know if he has that one starred because I can't see it.
I think I'd see a star through there, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, 35 bombs. Should be in good shape.
Yep.
Farming some more hearts.
Yeah.
I'll get the Heidelfield skull here too.
Right.
Oh, right. That's why he wanted that skull in particular. I was like, why did he spend so much time on that one? But now I understand.
Yeah, it's a goal.
It's the goal.
Did forget about that one. So yeah, I guess, are those the only 2 skulls he's gotten, or has he gotten? Well, okay, he got some shadow skulls.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so he'll work his way to 10 fairly quick.
yeah,
Was
I
it
mean
you
he's.
that was having trouble with this trick? It was like his own, I thought, in one of the matches.
Was it? I thought that was.
I know
Kieran.
Kieran has a video on it and
Yeah,
messaged it in my match. Okay, he got it.
I think Fanta also had some trouble with this in one of his matches.
Yeah, this is a pain. Or it can be.
Yeah, can be tricky.
I actually think I preferred the web part than the ledge cancel.
Yeah, the web part is like pretty simple. It's like gate clip. Just need
Yeah.
to know the setup.
Yeah, it's similar to the gate clip. Lost like 10 minutes. It's another case where I think if Exeter was still playing, Juke would maybe trade for the broken sword.
Right.
Even if he ultimately doesn't get the elemental square, just to have the setup kind of for it.
Mm-hmm.
Need the bow for anything? Any of his squares?
Doesn't seem like you do.
I think he needs it.
Failing weird shots. Uh-oh.
Come on, Juke.
Okay, there we go.
Right. One key here.
Oh, he's getting ice arrows.
Fix it up.
Why though?
Yeah, I'm not sure that he's gonna need to shoot anything, but maybe it's just like, takes 10 seconds, might as well grab it.
Yeah.
Just kind of a habit thing. It's so useful in a lot of other situations.
Right. I mean, do you need Is he gonna use bow for any of the keys here? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, I don't think.
No, because you get this, you get those alphas, and you get this alphas.
Yeah. There it is.
Alright. Death warping out of this room.
A little bit faster.
Yeah, on VC, it's probably faster. Getting beat up by the alpha.
They're slippery, man. They're slippery. Oh.
Oh, that was close. I don't know why, but this alphas fight is just like the worst in the game. So that was kind of sick.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't make more areas with like sand like that, because I really think the sand screws you up a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Juke's been doing the mega side hop, I think, or mega flip, whichever it is. Clip.
Yeah, it's uses an extra bomb, but it's like easier, I guess.
Bob predicts 131.
131. Still like 25 more minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You know, he's not really halfway done yet, but I mean, essentially all of the setup is out of the way, so it's just getting squares now. All right, Juke, go for full wasteland. Oh.
Yeah, classic 3/4 wasteland has.
I mean, that's usually what I do, even on N64. Yeah. Matt, I was saying, I kind of hope he fails a little bit so we still see some Juke mold. Where he just decides, I'll just take the W now. Well, that was an early mark. DQ'd.
treating it like bingo. You just mark like
Yeah.
minutes before you have the goal.
Just something else to talk about. This was kind of the first time I think a lot of people had ever done lockouts. It's the first time there was a tournament for it. The first time kind of getting people involved in a thing like this. So I was interested to see how it would all play out. There was a good mix, I think, of players that were bingo experienced, a good mix of players that were RTA experienced, a good mix of players that were rando experienced. So kind of a lot of a cross section of speedrunning OOT, and just the structure and everything overall. It's unfortunate some matches do kind of end up like this, where even if EXO plays it out, he feels like he's way behind and probably would have still ended up just behind the whole time. But there were a lot of matches where it was really close the whole way, or matches that like for the first 2 hours it was neck and neck, and then just like one play made the difference. So I thought overall there was a lot of excitement and people seem to enjoy it for the most part.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you have any thoughts, of your matches or what you thought of Lockout in general.
Yeah, I mean it's super interesting, like just to see how the meta kind of developed throughout the tourney. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in the first round, people weren't really used to this idea of like trying to route unoptimally to, get to squares for your opponent. So it was pretty cool.
Juke still needs Suns,
Suns.
maybe Storms. I don't remember him getting it.
Yeah, I don't remember. I imagine he got Storms. I don't know if he got Minuet either.
I don't remember Minuet. He might need that one too. He might have like Beat Forest starred. It seems like that would be fairly quick. I don't know. He starred Water Skulls just now.
Huh.
I guess that can be fairly quick as well.
Yeah, probably faster than Twinrova.
Yeah. I think there's probably enough other squares that would be faster than Twinrova at this point.
Maybe that's why you got Ice Arrows, to get a key in water. He didn't get Mirror Shield though, did he?
He did. Yeah.
Did? Okay.
Jumped up and then came down. Yeah, he might want to shoot something in Water Temple.
Yeah.
He's going back immediately. Well, he also has 3 shield, 3 boots marked. So I'll probably want to do irons at some point. I'd imagine you do that before water, but...
Yeah. Looks like he's getting irons now.
Mm-hmm. And probably some more heart pieces. Wait, Juke, you have strength.
Nice. Hmm.
That looked crooked. Nice. There's a clip there that he tried with the Hess to get out of bounds, but the backup's real quick there.
Yeah, that jump slash clip is really convenient.
Mm-hmm.
You
Too
just get
fast.
the angle from the wall.
Yeah, if I was going to recommend anybody getting into like jump slash clips, that would be like the first one to teach them.
Right. Yeah. It's an interesting Hess attempt.
Gotta use those bombs somewhere.
Oh. Controlled by the iceberg.
Is this RNG? Or is there a way, like, if you're just good enough, do you always get it?
I don't know. I would think that, like, if you mash fast enough,
Then
you
you
can
can
probably get it every time, but I don't actually know. Alright. You're just gonna do this bomb push. And fail it.
I'll take it
damaging down. Yeah,
smart.
that's pretty smart.
Some glitchless ice cavern.
Yep. Oh, just YOLO that. I've never seen anyone YOLO like that. Just shielding. Okay. Could have just done a quick spin, I think, and killed them both.
Yeah, I think he thought it was closer than it was.
It was a nice Hess.
Yeah, that is Juke's attitude. Makes the finals. I'm washed. Imagine if Juke practiced.
Be unstoppable.
Right, that gives him 8. 5 more.
Yeah, 5 hearts, water skulls, 10 songs, 500 rupees. And then one more. I don't know if he has Rova or Beat Forest marked. But probably one of those two.
Yeah.
I guess he could. If he doesn't have Minuet, he could end on Minuet into Forest Heart into Beat Forest.
I think yeah, that seems like a reasonable plan.
He's getting. Oh, he's going. He's
Going
entering water. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned it, but he'll be going. Oh, unlucky.
Yeah.
Oh, he has the iron boots. Juke will be going for 13 squares, so he doesn't need all of these squares, because in a lockout mode of 25, once you get 13, that's the win condition. Because your opponent, even if they would get every other square on the board, they could only get 12. So 13 was always enough to win.
Right. Yuppie. I mean, like the way lockout or like blackout boards are balanced is different from how like a bingo row would be balanced. Because in bingo, like every row is balanced for like a specific time, like 110 to like 115 ish.
Mm-hmm.
But for blackout, it's I don't know if there's like any balance for time or like the whole board, but it's more so just making sure that the board is completable.
Yeah, it makes it completable, and I think it still does do like certain like effective ranking or effective like timing, so that there's not like 5 of the really longest squares. But yeah, for something like this, obviously Juke is kind of picked at the easier squares in a sense. So for him to have 8 versus a normal bingo row of 5 doesn't necessarily equate.
Yeah, there's like goals that are like right next to each other that normally you wouldn't see on like a bingo row.
Yep, mirror shield.
Pausing just to equip Mirror Shield. Interesting.
Oh, he didn't load it.
Wait, equipping. Oh, wait. Okay. Just equipping shield over and over. Oh,
If he gets it there. Yeah.
alright.
There's a plane that you kind of have to cross through to load the next scene. As I'd call them what? They're scenes in a temple.
Jump down. Really happy.
Here a little bit. Oh. All right.
He's gonna do Dragon Head Hover, I guess.
Oh wow.
So, not even using that bow. I guess this is faster than getting like the ZL key. But I don't think it's that much faster.
Yeah. I mean, you can with iron boots, you can even get the block one pretty quick.
Oh yeah. It is cooler.
Style points. That's what matters.
Yep.
I mean, at this point.
All right. I guess juwk should have 10 skulls now. Because you got 5 in shadow, 2 in Hyrule Field, 3 in water.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Now have 10 no matter what. Just have to make another CAC trip and farm the money.
yeah. So he didn't have to go out of his way for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Cool routing.
And he needs a CAC trip anyway for Sun Song. So yeah, it'll fall together pretty nicely, I think.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't have time.
Yeah, that was close. It would have been close if it didn't reset too.
Yeah. I don't fully understand why it resets sometimes.
But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I know the first time you're in the water and then you switch. It doesn't always do it, but it usually does.
Yeah.
Alright, all the skulls. See where he goes next. I would guess a CAC trip.
Yeah, CAC. Get Sun Song, get 500 rupees. Then
Minuet.
to Minuet. Yeah. So he's gonna be done fairly soon.
Mm-hmm. Question mark?
He's gonna unload the grave.
Yeah.
There's a new strat to like clip into the grave, but
Oh,
I haven't learned it yet.
I'll have to
Should
look that up.
probably learn it.
I kind of hate doing this.
Yeah, I think like the new strat, it's like frame perfect. Like you need to buffer a bunch of stuff, but
Um,
seems like it's not that bad if you just buffer it.
Alright, Duke has Goron Tunic Mirror Shield on now. That's the combo we've been looking for.
Yeah,
Best combo.
just needs silver gauntlets to complete the look.
Mm-hmm.
Should have just done it for the swag. He was right there.
I don't think it's quite going to be 131, but it's going to be close to Todd's prediction.
Yeah. Maybe like 135.
I'll go 133. What's he farming for here? Just more money?
I guess, yeah. I mean, he's gonna have to sell bugs or fish a bunch.
Yeah.
He can't equip swap because he has NL, so just gonna have to catch a bunch of different.
He can
Sure
get
bugs.
the 200 here, and he can get the 200 on Death Mountain Trail if he goes to Minuet.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's what he'll do.
That would make sense.
And then he would only need 11 more. Maybe he was trying to get a blue there. A blue or two.
He's gonna sell these bugs. Doesn't need bugs anymore anyway.
Yeah, he shouldn't need anything.
Oh, I guess he's just gonna get a fish and sell it. More bugs.
How about Ganafish?
Yeah.
What's the variety?
I mean, that'll put him at like 489. And then I guess he's getting a rupee here.
Yeah.
Wait,
Or
no, he's getting
Green
storms. Yeah. Isn't there a red rupee in that box?
There is.
Yeah.
This is the one thing he needed. Like, actually needed the bugs or fish for.
Oh, yeah. I guess he didn't have storms yet.
All right, this and then just Minuet, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
The money, get the, and then I'm gonna guess Forest for the heart, and that'll be it.
He's gonna get an extra bottle of bugs here. And that 500 rupees.
All right.
Damaging down. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Oh, he's doing doing bomb OI. Maybe, yeah. Maybe he has Minuet. Or he's just playing Bolero to go get to Minuet. I guess this is faster than just walking up Northern City.
Yeah, maybe even, I mean, even if you Hess the trail, it's probably still fairly close. Yeah, it seems a little faster.
Getting trolled? Okay.
What, no Hess?
Wow. The scrub. Not hessing.
21 bombs. Not even gonna Hess.
Tournament record incoming. What is the actual record? Is it 137?
Yeah, I think 137 sounds right. It's also interesting in bingo rules, beat forest, you can just dot done on the blue warp. Which, I mean, I guess that's always been lockout rules too, but it doesn't seem like that's come up all that frequently for like the 13th goal.
Yeah.
Usually those goals are kind of done or finished earlier. There's like end on goals.
Yeah, and maybe it would come up for like if it was Beat Spirit or something.
Yeah, I can see Beat Spirit. Alright, Phantom Ganon fight. And that's it.
Yeah.
135, looking good.
Yeah, tournament record is 137.58. It was by Moose in the last round.
He had to clutch that out just to make the playoffs.
Oh yeah. He made it by like one differential, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. Oh, looks like 136.
Yep. 136. All right. That shall do it. Hearts. Beat Forest.
GG's.
GG's.
It looks like 136.30.
I don't know if juwk wants to come in and chat, or if EXO is still hanging around in chat as well. If I mean he.
Yeah, I mean, juwk says he's down.
Yeah, pull him in. I mean, just for a minute or two and see his thoughts about going up against EXO for the finals.
Yeah, that's true. And talk about strategy. Although, maybe he doesn't want to reveal his plans.
Oh yeah, Tob was lurking in chat, so yeah, don't want to let your opponent know the secrets. I'm gonna switch over to a different screen then while waiting. Oh, he's gonna pass.
I
Oh, okay.
Alright. Well, I guess just to recap, that Lockout is definitely an intense format, to say the least. So, GG's to juwk for finishing out anyway, and showcasing a little bit of bingo, and hopefully having a relaxing time, not worrying about being sniped on his 13 goals. And then he'll be battling against Tob in a best of 3. So, you guys
yeah.
have any words of encouragement, final thoughts?
Yeah, just to reiterate how punishing Lockout can be sometimes. The board can really just very quickly go against you. So definitely shout outs to Exodus for getting this far in the tournament. It's not easy to navigate through all the boards and all the players to make it this far. But yeah, it should be an interesting finals. I don't know if the players will want to do. Usually with bingo, it's only like an hour and 15 minutes or so, and they can kind of do 2 of them back to back. And then if it goes to a third, they can schedule that one or even do it right there. But these usually take a little bit longer, so I'll see what they ultimately want to do with it. But hopefully we can get a good restream for that.
Yes, I'll be lurking the channel, so if anyone wants to sign up for commentary, please shout it out when they do get scheduled. Or otherwise, I'd be pinging the role constantly. Yeah. So I'll shout out the Twitch link, so... Oh, Runner Guy, I have to add you to our volunteer list. Well, I'm sure everyone knows Runner Guy's stream. The same as his Twitch name. I mean, his Discord name is his Twitch. So please give a follow to our commentators, Runner Guy and Link 11. Thank you guys for still sticking around throughout seeing juwk finish out the 13 goals. Greatly appreciate we get to show off bingo, especially on ZSR main channel. It doesn't get to happen too often. And please give a follow to our 2 runners, so Exodus and juwk, both of which do play rando, and bringing them back to vanilla Ocarina of Time. And yeah, bingo is a great format, so we will try to get the grand final scheduled Hopefully they find a time that works for both of them. If you are interested in following around, please check the ZSR schedule or join the Lockout Discord for updates. There are pings for restream notifications. And yeah, that's kind of all I got. We'll probably raid over to the Season 5 match that's on ZSR 2. And I guess that's it. We'll wrap it up. Hope everyone enjoyed this little showcase. And yeah, if you're interested in volunteering, I don't know if there is a command, there's not. But if you join the ZSR Discord, you could find all of the Zelda Discord invites for whichever game you would like to volunteer for, since they're handled mostly individually. But thanks everyone for hanging out with us this afternoon. Let's go give some love to the rando community for Ocarina of Time.